Thousands of people are back home this morning after spending the weekend in the nation's capital for the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. That number included 55 people from right here in the Bay Area who traveled by bus to the nation's capital. I was with them as many of them relived history and others made it. Destiny Jones is a 13-year-old student at Mount Pleasant Middle School in Tampa. She is the youngest person to board this NAACP bus headed to Washington, D.C. for the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington.
To go to the march and see what they've been through, like in the back days and how they march, and just to experience that.
Destiny's mother thought it was very important to not just tell her about history, but to let her live it.
I wanted her to have the experience, and so she can learn about the heritage. And
I am ready for this day. Looking forward to it.
They were all filled with fire and zest. Not even a mechanical issue and a several-hour delay could quench their thirst for this day, because for everyone here, it's personal. And then the march came, and from the waters of the National Mall came shadows of struggles past, reflected in the faces of a hopeful future.
It's a wonderful experience.
A group of young people from Hillsborough County taking in that day, talking over the gravity of that moment.
It feels amazing. It feels amazing. There are some people back at home that told me, hey, you're standing in my shoes, and I'm so glad to be here to fill those shoes for them as well.
As a young man, I'm 22, so 50 years from now, I'll be able to say I was at that march. I was at that march to promote change and to, try to stand for my people.
It's humbling. It's a very humbling experience, and I'm glad to see the camaraderie. I'm glad to see the unity.
And it wasn't just a momentous day for the folks who were not old enough to be at the original march. It was a chance for some, like State Senator Arthenia Joyner, to write a regret. Now, were you here in 63 for the march?
No, I wasn't. I was a college student watching it on TV. I was in Boston.
You kind of regret not being here?
Absolutely. One of the biggest regrets I've had.
Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network sponsored this event. And once the speeches were done, it was time to actually march on Washington.
I'm marching for not just me, but my whole family who fought the civil rights struggle.
The bus with the local NAACP folks returned to Tampa at 4:30 yesterday afternoon after having left the nation's capital at 8:30 Saturday night. So needless to say, it was a whirlwind trip. There is another March on Washington rally, which takes place on the actual day of the anniversary, which is this Wednesday. The president is expected to speak that day. It was perhaps the longest bus ride of my entire life.
I'm sure, and you were so great to come back and put the story together and give us a little taste of your experience. It seemed like it was incredible.
It was a really good experience. There's a lot of fun stories that I can tell you about it. It was really good, though.
Well, some good news about gas